Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a topic that is quite literally the heartbeat of any successful hotel, resort, or service operation, and that's strategically managing your workforce's health. Honestly, understanding the pulse of your team, it's an absolutely non-negotiable executive skill. Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert with extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support. I am pleased to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We look forward to supporting your professional growth in the hospitality industry. Here is our executive agenda for today. We're going to cover 5 key areas. 1. Understanding workforce health. 2. The tools for gathering insights. 3. Linking that engagement to outcomes. 4. The continuous measurement cycle. And finally, 5. Turning feedback into action. All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Understanding Workforce Health. So just to make absolutely sure we're all starting on the exact same page, let's look at the academic baseline definition here. Engagement measurement is the process of gathering insight into employees' attitudes, perceptions, and their everyday experiences to really assess workforce health. It's not just walking around and casually asking if someone's happy. It's actually a highly structured approach to figuring out exactly how your team perceives things like their leadership, their workload, and even their own professional development. And that brings us to a huge foundational rule. Engagement cannot be managed effectively if it's not assessed thoughtfully and consistently. Think about it. You wouldn't try to manage your food and beverage budget without actually looking at the financial statements, right? In that exact same way, you really can't manage your most vital resource based on gut feelings alone. It just doesn't work. Careful, consistent assessment is the absolute prerequisite to actually improving your team's performance. Okay, moving on to Section 2, Tools for Gathering Insights. So, how do we actually capture these insights efficiently in a fast-paced hotel environment? Well, we generally rely on 2 primary methodologies. First, you've got your quantitative surveys. These are your broad reach tools. Now, for them to work, they absolutely must be anonymous, clear, and actionable. That makes them fantastic for capturing mass data on things like workload or communication across the entire property. On the flip side, we have qualitative methods. Think interviews, focus groups, or even just structured informal conversations. These are the tools that uncover the why. They bring to light those hidden, deep-seated operational challenges that a simple 1 to 10 rating scale might completely miss. Now, in hospitality, where relationships are literally the center of everything we do, qualitative insight is particularly valuable. Our industry is fundamentally a business of human connection, isn't it? And the subtle nuances of guest service, well, you just can't always capture those in a spreadsheet. Picture a super busy front desk during a major convention check-in. A standard survey isn't going to tell you the exact moment your check-in system bottlenecked, but a quick, focused conversation with your desk agents, that absolutely will. Plus, by actually sitting down and having these conversations with your staff, you're modeling the exact same relationship-building behavior that you expect them to show to your guests. Let's look at Section 3, Linking Engagement to Outcomes. You see, your operational metrics act kind of like a mirror for your team's engagement levels. We're talking about looking at things like turnover rates, absenteeism, guest satisfaction scores, and just general performance indicators. Look, when a team feels like they aren't being heard, absenteeism spikes. No surprise there. When they're actively disengaged, turnover accelerates. And here's the real bottom line. Your guest satisfaction scores will almost always drop perfectly in sync with employee morale. They are completely intertwined. As you can clearly see here, there's a very direct correlation between workforce health and the ultimate guest experience. High workforce engagement, that directly aligns with low turnover and low absenteeism, which, as you'd guess, flows right into high guest satisfaction. But conversely, low engagement creates this terrible ripple effect: high turnover, high absenteeism, and lower performance across the entire board. When you integrate your engagement data with these specific metrics, it really helps you as a leader diagnose the true root causes of a poor guest experience, rather than just treating the symptoms. All right, Section 4, the continuous measurement cycle. Educational frameworks here at Europe Hotel School heavily emphasize continuous evaluation over just doing these random one-off surveys. It requires a very specific operational rhythm. Step 1, you have to assess regularly. Step 2, track those trends over time so you can actually anticipate problems before they blow up. Step 3, evaluate your interventions. Like if you roll out a brand new training program, you need to track whether engagement actually improves because of it. And finally, Step 4, share those results transparently. And I really want to emphasize that last point. Transparency in sharing results builds trust, and it demonstrates a real, tangible commitment to improvement. When you openly stand up and present survey findings to your front desk staff or your food and beverage crews, especially when the scores aren't perfect, you signal incredible respect. You're showing them, hey, your voices have been accurately recorded and we hear you. That transparency, that is the absolute bedrock of a healthy hotel culture.
Which leads us perfectly to Section 5, turning feedback into action.
Here is the golden rule, folks. Measurement absolutely must lead to action. Employees become actively, deeply disengaged when their feedback is collected, but then just completely ignored. Honestly, running a survey and doing absolutely nothing with the results, that is far more damaging than never having run the survey in the first place. Visible follow-up isn't just a nice to have. It is mandatory if you want to reinforce your credibility as a leader. But when you do step up and take decisive action, the results are completely transformative. Responsible data use informs smart, strategic leadership decisions. It basically replaces guesswork with hard evidence. It drives genuine, continuous improvement across all of your hotel departments. It reinforces your credibility, which in turn encourages even deeper staff participation the next time you ask for feedback. Ultimately, this whole process becomes your absolute most powerful tool for building highly motivated hospitality teams.
So, I want to leave you with a direct, maybe slightly provocative challenge as you continue your journey with Europe Hotel School. If you ask your team for feedback tomorrow, are you actually prepared to act on it? Think about that for a second. True leadership in hospitality isn't just about knowing all these fancy metrics. It's about the genuine commitment to actually act on them. Reflect on that as you step into your future management roles. Thank you so much for joining this explainer, and we really look forward to supporting your continued professional growth.